So you have a great idea and you're about to build an electronic product. Can you explain to your customer what your product does in 10 seconds? When you're coming up with a new product, a new idea, you're faced with many challenges. Now, if you're creating something and there is a competitor out there, you can study your competition, study the product, and you can see what's missing out there and create a better version of that product. But what if you're creating something that's completely new? It's like an original idea and there's no competition, or the competition is far from what you have in mind. Explaining what your product does, it might be actually a challenge if it's something completely unique and it's an original idea. Let me give you a quick example. So let's say here we have Arduino compatible mainboard. This one is already easy for the right audience that know what an Arduino is. They can look at the shape of the circuit and they immediately can tell what it is. It's an Arduino compatible board. Done. I don't even need 2 seconds to explain what this product is and what it does. Now, it might have additional features, and I can explain those in the extra few seconds I have. And here's another example. So this is one of our boards. So I can say we have an Arduino footprint compatible product that you can program in C#. And the idea is there. Your 90% of the work is already done by this simple explanation. Now, this can be quite different if you're talking about something that is completely different. Let me show you an example here. This is Dueling Spider. It's a fantastic board that connects to a PC, and it gives JavaScript, Python, any software developer access to the hardware world. In my head, it's very easy. I can get the idea across from my perspective. But then from a viewer perspective, from potential customer perspective, they always look at this and they think, oh, okay, well, this is another Arduino. It's another Raspberry Pi. It's one of those boards I see every day. It's not different. It looks very similar, but the way this works is very different. And getting the idea across and transferring that information to the customer was challenging. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've been approached by family, friends, customers who come to us and say, we need help into creating so-and-so products. That's what we do for a living, right? So we see that all the time. Now, we can all sit down and crunch numbers and talk about the cost and etc. And I'm going to make a separate video about creating a successful product and what to expect into creating a product. But what we're talking about today is just the idea. It's when you have a great idea and you believe in your idea, and your customer might see the value in your idea and willing to pay for your idea. Do you have a way of explaining to them what is that thing you are creating? It's very hard. Like, for example, I can create a new cell phone. Again, back to like there's a competition or no competition or an existing idea or it's an original idea. I can create a new cell phone and say, yeah, this has 2 cameras. And you will immediately understand what I'm trying to sell you. But then I can come up with something that's completely different. Like there's no cell phones today. Everybody's using cordless phones, let's say. Let's go back in time. And I say, well, I have a phone where you can walk around the house and talk on the phone. Okay, how is that different from cordless phone? Well, you can leave the house with it. Just explaining the idea that there's towers and whatnot and how the cell phone works outside your house. It's very easy for us and it's intuitive, but that was a challenge at some point in the past. Now, the fact that we could not explain exactly what Dueling Spider does, I wouldn't call this as a failure. I would call this another piece of knowledge, another tool that we have under our belt, and we can learn that from experience and deliver a better message in the future. I hope you have learned something from this video, and there's another video coming that explains to you about how to create a product. I'll step you right through it so you understand what you need to create a successful product. I want to explain how your first piece, your first product would cost you maybe $100,000, and the second one might cost you $10, and then you sell it for $110. So you're making $100 each. but you need to put in $100,000 up front for engineering. We'll talk about that in the future. I hope you enjoyed the video. Till next time. Bye-bye.